Star Wars to win back disgruntled fans by adding. The very people you're calling racist and sexist and transphobic. That's. Did you not get the memo that they're just gonna not like that? May's sister, the newest stormtrooper, she appeared in the books, The Secret of the Storm something. We got two of them. A new Star Wars book has a trans clone trooper, much to the fury of transphobic nerds. So the point of a stormtrooper is to be in a uniform that's not going to stand out and be a, hey, look at me, I'm a target, look at me, I'm a target, look at me, I'm a target. So let's paint it blue and pink and be target. Hello, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, I'm a target. And I still can't shoot because I'm a stormtrooper. I'm a target. Is that what's happening? Because you're just going to call us cystophobic again. You're just gonna... That's my concern for reals. Is you're putting a target on the back of the trans people by bringing out and angering the very people who you're trying to bully and guilt trip into being a fan of your product.
This weekend, Star Wars fans made Obi-Wan Kenobi the most watched Disney
Remboy, transpotting!
Plus original series premiere of all time, and for that
I've seen his dick.
I would say a big thank you, and it just goes to show what this family can do when we all pull together. However, it seems that some of the fan base from this influential fan base have decided to attack Moses Ingram online.
Oh, that's the thing where they brought her out and said, now we're gonna use you to anger the people for marketing. You didn't know that that's what they did. You didn't know that they're like, oh, you're going to get all this cystophobic stuff before she even filmed one line. And then they directed her to not sound like a Star Wars character and do that. And Mr. Spy! The Muppet voices. And then they call everybody istophobes.
And send her the most horrendous race.
Did they send her, or did they just make a video pointing out that they basically threw her like a human shield? Because that's what I said. I said that they threw her out like a human shield, and then they twisted that because I referenced South Park or something. But then again, I mean, I'm a South Park fan, so... Oh, God, I get in the middle of that in a heartbeat. You know that. I would have then, you idiots. Trey Parker wrote a song about me once. Did you know that? Did you know? We used to bother the same bands back in the 90s. Anyway, Star Wars. So what does the Daily Mail say? So what? Them is calling us istophobes. OK is calling us istophobes and saying we're going to run us back. I say you're putting a target on the back of this individual. Should they make Darth Vader a drag queen next? I mean, I think you're just doing more to harm these communities at this point by using them as race bait, as queer bait, as cannon fodder. Star Wars unveils its first look at the trans woman stormtrooper called Sister with armor in the color of the transgender flag. Well, first off, why would you be allowed to modify your stormtrooper armor? Maybe I'm not a big enough Star Wars fan to understand that. But yeah, they is going to be automatically a target now for istophobic Jedi. Rent boy. Where's Rent boy? Where is he? We lost him. Oh, he's over here. Rent boy. What else did he say? Oh, same thing with her. They kind of threw her and used her as cannon fodder with the media back and forth. So don't forget that. She speaks out of the bigotry and acts serious face. What she's talking about, when people sit there and just go diversity, I made a bunch of supercuts about that, and you know who does that? The red carpet for the Eternals. People who are focused on only diversity instead of stories. I don't like that as a woman. Okay, first off, I don't like that as a woman. And I've always been, people always like, oh, you're such an SJW, you're this or that anyway. People assume I'm an SJW anyway, then they also assume I'm super far right. So I'm somewhere in between, I suppose. I say, as a woman, I don't like it when they say, oh, but it's got a woman in it, so it's for you. And I'm like women are all one single-celled hive mind who have the exact same opinions. Excuse me, do you know who the hell you are talking to? Do you know who the hell you're talking to? I have a problem with people like Anita Sarkeesian coming in and saying everything is sexist and everything is racist. Do I have that? I probably do queued up here. Because women are not a hive mind. I don't believe diverse people are a hive mind either. However, I'm not going to speak on their behalf. I can only speak as the woman who's literally been the victim of, you should like it because you're a woman. Oh, but you're a woman. Oh, but you're a woman. Why don't you like it? You're a woman. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you voting this way? You're a woman. It's like, excuse me? Excuse me? Not going to be transparent and say it's not a huge shock for me regarding the cancellation. They added the cast received online harassment before the show's premiere. And that's true. You're going to have a bunch of marketing accounts directing it at the actors. And then you're going to have all the pick-me's coming along and saying, oh, it's diverse, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke. So you're going to have all that. I try my best to avoid interacting with these actors on Twitter. And that's why I use my platform to kind of say what I think. Because people aren't going to listen to what I actually say. They're going to assume based on a thumbnail. Because I'm going to do a clickbaity one where I'm going to have this photo and be like, what the crap? And that's going to be the thumbnail. So Star Wars has introduced, that's a very progressive take on this, that, using people as tokenism is something that does nothing for the marginalized communities it's trying to help other than put an extra target on their back, in my opinion. In my opinion, at this point, when we are so divided as a fandom, as a whatever, because we're just like, enough is enough. What happens? The people at Disney have decided to use us to market this by talking about it. And they're going to funnel a lot of money to the transphobic quote unquote side. And they're going to funnel a lot of money to the woke SJW side. Because you're going to see that, because they've decided and discovered that instead of doing actual market research, they can just play people against each other for engagement. Because why? Paired analytics measures how many times you tweet about something, and they take that to the investors instead of the actual sales numbers. Because it's a lot easier in the very beginning to take that, look at all the people who are talking about it. Look at, well, the racists don't count. And you call them all racists. And you call them all sexist to the investors. And that's how they keep stealing money out of the investors' pockets to go and make their properties that do nothing but create more division. More division with people. More division. Then again, what do I know? A new character is causing quite a stir. The first transgendered stormtrooper was in the book Clone Troopers. According to an X account, Star Wars Holocron, the character Captain Rex gives a description of Sister in the book that says, when one of our kind expressed her gender identity differently than her fellow troopers, she featured whatever, I don't know what that means. She'd have, or C inserted a clip or something. She'd have to hide who she truly was inside. She's a stormtrooper. Who the fuck cares who they are inside? Aren't they all clones and shit? Well, clone troopers are. She's a stormtrooper. Her job is to be sliced in half by Jedi and to be an autonomous robot for all we care. That's your job. Is to get sliced in half by a Jedi, not to express any individuality. You're a stormtrooper. Who cares what you are on the inside? I don't care if they eat. I don't care what gender they are. I don't care if they have lives or families. They are things that you're supposed to take a lightsaber to and slice them down because they're the bad guys. We tried that with Finn, and you stole his arc because you had to appeal to China anyway. We tried to have a black stormtrooper, and we tried to have that. But no, you didn't let us have that. You didn't let us have that. Because why? You'd rather have a target on the gay community now. You white slavers at Disney, as George Lucas has labeled you. So yeah, I'm anti-Disney. We don't care. She have to hide who she truly was inside. Fortunately, her brothers at the 7th Sky Corps gave her the name Sister and constantly reminded her that she belonged. To be cannon fodder and sliced up by a Jedi in 2 seconds and have no story arc, because that's your job. That's your job. What were you doing in the 80s playing Star Wars, right? You had all your figures, you had your stormtroopers, and what was their job? To get knocked down by your Jedi. Because you get Luke Skywalker figure and you just slice them in half. You knock them down with a lightsaber. That's their job, is to die. Because they're the bad guys. It was real simple. Good, bad. They're supposed to be as featureless as a facepalm, right? They all have the same voice. Which clone trooper was it? The one with all the colors on it. Yeah, the one with the target on its back that was all brightly colored going, look at me, look at me, look at me. Boom. Somebody, Han Solo will come away and just blow you away with a blaster. Done. You're dead. You're dead. Move on. Oh, stop, Beavis and Butthead. We don't want that. That's the wrong thing. That's not even the right freaking clip. That's not even the right clip.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do.
No, yeah. I want a sandwich of that. I want to be the meat in that sandwich. I did. Even then. All right. Why am I still on YouTube? Why am I still on YouTube after all this time? Seriously.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do.
That was before this. We go back further than this. Why am I still on YouTube? I am Mecca. Help me get off of the internet, please.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie.
No one asked you. I'm going back to my live chat. Don't you go anywhere.